'Twas the night before Christmas, when all through the house not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. The stockings were hung by the chimney with care, in hopes that St. Nicholas soon would be there. The children were nestled all snug in their beds, while visions of sugar plums danced in their heads, and Mamma in her kerchief and I in my cap had just settled our brain for a long winter's nap. When out on the lawn there arose such a clatter, I sprang from my bed to see what was the matter. Away to the window I flew like a flash, tore open the shutters and threw up the sash. The moon on the breast of the new fallen snow gave a lustre of midday to objects below, when what to my wondering eyes did appear but a miniature sleigh and 8 tiny reindeer, with a little old driver so lively and quick, I knew in the moment he must be Saint Nick. More rapid than eagles his courses they came, and he whistled and shouted and called them by name. Now Dasher, now Dancer, now Prancer and Vixen, on Comet, on Cupid, on Donner and Blitzen. To the top of the porch, to the top of the wall, now dash away, dash away, dash away all. As leaves that before the wild hurricane fly, when they meet with an obstacle, mount to the sky. So up to the housetop the courses they flew, with the sleigh full of toys and St. Nicholas too. And then in a twinkling I heard on the roof the prancing and pawing of each little hoof. As I drew in my head and was turning around, down the chimney St. Nicholas came with a bound. He was dressed all in fur from his head to his foot, and his clothes were all tarnished with ashes and soot. A bundle of toys he had flung on his back, and he looked like a peddler just opening his pack. His eyes how they twinkled, his dimples how merry, his cheeks were like roses, his nose like a cherry. His droll little mouth was drawn up like a bow, and the beard on his chin was as white as the snow. The stump of a pipe he held tight in his teeth, and the smoke it encircled his head like a wreath. He had a broad face and a little round belly that shook when he laughed like a bowl full of jelly. He was chubby and plump, a right jolly old elf, and I laughed when I saw him in spite of myself. A wink of his eye and a twist of his head soon gave me to know I had nothing to dread. He spoke not a word, but went straight to his work, and filled all the stockings, then turned with a jerk, and laying his finger aside of his nose, and giving a nod, up the chimney he rose. He sprang to his sleigh, to his team gave a whistle, and away they all flew like the down of a thistle. But I heard him exclaim, ere he drove out of sight, "Happy Christmas to all, and to all a good night." It's nothing quite like a fresh glass of sherry at Christmas, is there? Merry Christmas Eve. Shall we? Don't tell my husband that I've dipped into his fresh bottle of sherry. I mean, he will discover it's been opened, but I hope that he'll be a little bit tipsy when he notices. The children are in bed, so I don't think it hurts to have a tipple. Do you? Well, there you are. I'm glad you could join me this evening. Sometimes I can get a little bit lonely. I actually just received the yearly update from my brother. He is doing frightfully well, but he likes to take a little look back at the year and its events. It's quite a long letter, I have to say. Yes. Oh, this isn't all of it. No. Well, he was going on for quite a while about his work, so I like to just really focus on his little updates rather than when he tends to go on and on. Bless him, though, to go out there and do that all by himself. Well, indeed. And what about your daughter? Yes. They grow up so fast, don't they? I know. 9. I know. You should see him in his new school uniform. So smart. No, well, you know how Jeff is. Yes. The private school. He's sort of settling in okay. Timothy is a little bit of a prankster. I've had to tell him to just reel it in, you know. He can make some good friends there. And of course that doesn't hurt for our minglings. Well, you have to think of these things, don't you? How about we have a little recap of the year? Goodness, I can't believe that we're going to be going into 1961. I know. Where's the time gone? Oh, thank you. I actually had it custom made. Yes, we know how Jeff likes to get a new suit around this time of year, and I had said to him that I had nothing to wear at the annual cocktail party, so we had this made. Do you like it? It's in a sort of velvet. Yes, I think it's rather nice. I think, though, we've already noticed, haven't we, a slight change in the fashion. Well, I'm quite looking forward to what the 60s has to bring. Yes. Right. Do you need me to get you another glass, or are you alright? Perfect. So, let's have a read. Goodness, he just go on quite a bit. Here we are, yes. On the 19th of February, of course, the Queen gave birth to her third child, second son, Prince Andrew. Oh, what a beautiful baby boy. To be honest with you, it makes me broody again. Yes. Oh, honestly, I really do admire the royals. I do. Oh, I did. Well, absolutely. Well, hardly, but, you know, I do like to emulate a little bit of their royalist ways if I can. I actually got a brand new teapot, which apparently the Queen uses herself. Well, not herself, of course, I mean, you know, butlers and everything, but yes, just that small connection is rather nice, I think. Yes, I'll show you later. Now, what else? Of course, the tragedy in March. The firefighters. 19, I know. That terrible explosion in Glasgow. Whiskey and rum, I think it was, yeah. I know. Well, our services do such incredible work. Such a tragedy. I know. Well, of course, then there was that protest, wasn't there? I mean, not related to that, but when did he say? I think he mentioned in this April. Yes, 60,000 protesters right here in London. Well, I know. Well, she told me all about it. Yes, she got some paint thrown at her. I know. It didn't come out her coat. And it was rather expensive. Yes. Oh, they were protesting against nuclear weapons, I believe. Well, and in a way, rightfully so. Yes. Something about a protest, isn't there? Reminds me of my youth, actually. I don't know if you know this, but I was a little bit of a rebel. Of course, being the wife and mother now, I had to put those slightly wilder days behind me. Sometimes when Jeff is out, the kids are at school, I like to put on the radio, have a little dance around. Of course, most of the time, there are sort of plays or news. Get the odd bit of music. Of course, we do have the record player. It's a little bit of joy just putting that on. Anyway, got a little bit lost there, didn't I? Sorry. You sure you don't have to be getting back? Okay. Well, in May, of course, Princess Margaret. Oh, such a beautiful wedding. Oh, I loved it. Such a joy to be able to watch it on television. I know. I hope they do that for future royal weddings. Didn't she look lovely? Oh, and him. What a handsome groom. I'd quite like to be married to a photographer. Yes. Well, I'm sure she'll be very, very happy. It's nice when there are nice royal events, I feel. Something like a royal wedding brings people together. It doesn't matter what you think about the royals, really. Just a wedding on whole brings people together, doesn't it? Goodness, do you remember my wedding? I know, well, Jeff got a little bit worse for wear. From time to time I still put it on. The lace. I don't tend to feel that special these days. Well, absolutely, I mean, one must keep the house clean. Anyway, wearing something like this is a rather nice change. Yes. It's part of the reason why I love Christmas and the holiday season, as the Americans would say, so much. Well, little Timothy is, as I said, rather cheeky, but he's a very, very special boy. Oh, Annabelle is the cutest. I bought her this dress. She had these beautiful bows on, in velvet. Yes. I'm sure she's going to be a star. Right. Let's see what else my brother was waffling on about in his letter. Yes, of course. Don't you remember the incident with Dr. Thomas Creighton? The whole parking ticket. Well, I know. Well, To be honest with you, I think the whole premise of parking meters and now traffic wardens is absolutely absurd. Well, I know. Well, he of course was only attending to somebody with a heart attack. I know, and then gets a ticket. Well, of course, luckily he did get let off his £2 fine, didn't he? Yes. Justice for the people. Absolutely. I've met him, you know. Wonderful doctor. Oh, really? Oh, when you had that bad foot. How's that healing, by the way? Good. May I say you are dressed impeccably tonight? You must tell me where you got this. Oh. Oh, how wonderful. A private appointment. Well, it's simply stunning. That colour on you. It's perfect. You sure I can't get you a top-up? I limit myself to just the one glass, but I'm happy to get you some more. Huh? Very well, very well. Now let's see. Ah yes, HMS Dreadnought launched, didn't it? Well, honestly, what we're doing nowadays with technology and everything is incredible. Well, the first nuclear submarine. I know, who would have thought? Such advancements. Oh, really? Oh, your cousin Derek? Yes. How's he getting on? Oh, really? Well, I can imagine it's very, very hard work. Oh, bless. Homesickness. I can imagine, yes. I have a lot of admiration for those in the services, though. Makes you think, really, doesn't it? For those of us who have privilege like this, it's times like this where you think of those who are doing jobs where they're putting their lives at risk. And of course, this time of year makes you think of those far less fortunate. Did I tell you I did a little food parcel for the lady down the road? Betty, yes. She's so sweet. Sadly, after Arthur passed, well, poor dear hasn't really got a penny to her name. I like to help out every now and then. I did invite her for Christmas, of course, but she declined. I think she likes to just take a moment to herself, which I can't blame, really. To be honest with you, the thought of cooking for 14 fills me with a slight dread, but I'm sure it'll be fine. No, well, he sort of insisted that I do all of the cooking, yes, with no assistance this year. Well, of course, I mean, it's nice to get the help in, but yes, no, I'll be fine. Yes, I'll just prep everything the night before. Yes, I'll be fine. Anyway, where was I? Ah, yes. Michael Woodruff performed the very first kidney transplant in the UK. It doesn't say here, but I think it was at the Edinburgh Royal Infirmary. Yes. Oh, honestly, such advancements are happening nowadays. It truly is incredible, isn't it? Well, I think that deserves a little toast to advancements that make our lives better. It's not getting too warm in here, is it for you? No, I added some more logs to the fire. Yes. Something about that sound of the crackling. And I did see it was snowing. Yes. Well, it's such a pleasure when we have a white Christmas, isn't it? Especially in London. All the streets just caped in a blanket of snow. Something truly almost innocent, magical about that. I know it might sound silly to say, but something about Christmas that makes me smile and feel almost childlike. All the twinkling lights, the kindness of strangers. And Jeff, this time of year, is particularly romantic. He actually gave me a little pre-Christmas present. These earrings here. Real pearl. Yes. Picked them out himself. I was very impressed. Normally he has somebody pick out my presents. Well, I can't blame him. He is terribly busy. Yes. But these were left in a beautiful green box on my pillow the other day. To my love. Wear these and think of me. And I shall. How could we forget this? Now, I know you like a little bit of Lady Chatterley's Lover. It's okay, it's okay. We're friends. It's fine. Well, yes, I mean, from it being banned in Britain to finally winning its case to actually say that it's not guilty against obscenity. I know. Well, you and I both know there's rather a few mentions of a rather naughty word in there. Really? Goodness. I don't know what I'd do if especially Timothy started using that language. Oh, well, it's a rather good punishment. Harsh but fair. I do like a little bit of a naughty novel. I won't lie. Well, you know, sometimes Jeff has to work long hours and work away, and the evenings are long, especially during these winter months. Sometimes I like to just sit in front of the fire, just ponder life, tuck into a good book. I know we have television and radio and all sorts these days, but sometimes it's nice to just go back to basics, isn't it? Appreciate the simple things in life. You know, I think next year I may look for something to fulfill my days a little bit more than just housework. Well, of course I have the garden, yes. You know Jean Masters, yes. She started her own little business. I know. Oh, really? Well, I don't know how Jeff would feel about me doing that. When we first met, he said he wanted an old-fashioned wife. And I said, what do you mean by that, Jeff? He said, a wife who takes care of her appearance and will look after the house and have his children. And for that, I will be forever looked after and want for nothing. Oh, I am more than happy. Are you? Well, there we are then. Well, on a little light note, I don't know if you've caught the new soap, as they're calling it, Coronation Street. Oh, really? Oh, you must watch it. Well, to be honest with you, I hadn't really heard an accent like that before. Well, I suppose you could say I live a rather sheltered life, but it's rather refreshing. I think somebody said there was going to be 13 episodes. Yes. I mean, to be honest with you, I don't know how popular it's going to be with us Londoners. Yes. It's a bit more gritty, rough. Yes. Quite nice though to sort of take you out of your everyday. Yes. Focus on the lives of others. Sometimes I like to sit by the window, look out at the children playing across the street. Oh, she's still there. Yes. She's got into topiary lately. Have you seen it? Yes, it's not exactly fitting with the street, but it's nice to have a hobby, isn't it? Oh, yes, yes. All wrapped up. Got a couple more to go. Roller skates. Yes. Oh, some little crafty kit that she wanted. Some very cute little toys. And an adorable teddy. No, they're both going to be over the moon. To be honest with you, they're very, very easy children to please. They are. Something I'm very grateful for. That I've been able to raise children that learn to practice gratitude. Be grateful for what they have, even though they have rather a lot. My mother was worried that they'd be spoiled, but I think I've done a fairly good job at keeping them down to earth. Jeff sometimes likes to remind me that I came from less than him, and that I should be extremely grateful for everything that I have now. I definitely am. Makes you think though, doesn't it? I think this must be the sherry talking. Ah, my. Why don't we see what's on the radio? Why don't we pop something on the record player? Yeah? Oh no, please stay. Just relax. Yes. To tell you the truth, I'm not a particularly religious person, even though I was brought up. I went to church and all of that. But especially around Christmas time. I like to take comfort in having a little read of the good book. I mean, you can say what's real and what's not. The Bible gives such wonderful stories, if anything. And I think it's good to have faith in something. Tell you what, let me pop on a record. What's in there now? Ah, you should like this. There we go. I love this one. Please stay. Oh, he won't be home till late. Let's just feel the warmth of the fire in the room. Enjoy our drinks. Let's have a little read. I'm glad you could join me this evening. Christmas Eve is always better.